Hello, and welcome to more testing games. We've had a medium-sized break, and now are back into it. We're here on Nyx's Eye Rotated, the Great Wheel. People prefer the rotated version to the pancake version. I still can't exactly explain why that is, but this is why we're here. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, 3K5V5 on the testing branch. Gamma, Call Me a Flying Fool. Herman, who is heaven-based, and Mungo Parker on ANS. Kettlebor, who is Rymark, Wesley Snipes, Dramus, Not So Lone Wolf, and Quiz on Team 2 OSP. OSP's going for middle map control. ANS is spread out all over the place. Looks like Mungo Parker's playing his SAPD build. Gamma's got, I think, a battleship. Herman is doing something. Alright, hold on. Let's go on the OSP side. Let's see it. Oh no, he's Team 1, Team 1 SCC. Well ramp. Live footage of cringe. Oh, I see, I see. Meat Space doing something. Taking quite a bit of time. And this deployment screen, quite a bit more than usual. We're getting first deploy. Tracking down here with the USP team. Rymark with a Bulker with no hard points on it. Okay. That is certainly a decision that you can make. Do they have like 50 empty Bulkers? Ah, no, these are just on the other side, and I couldn't see that side because of how the hole drops down. Okay, whew, that makes way more sense. It's got double mass driver bulk freighters, 1, 2, 3 gun shuttles for capping, 1 LRT tug for spotting targets. That's the Lone Wolf for providing actionable tracks. Has a monitor blob with C90s, MLS2s, T30s, some point defense, and some jamming. Okay. That's either really menacing or complete garbage, and I have no idea which one it's going to turn out to be. Quiz has the cap fleet for the team, as usual. It's got two multi-mission tugs, 2 torpedo tugs, a mine shuttle, a trio of rocket shuttles with bellboard support, and a pair of nearly naked capping shuttles. Snipes has double plasma 100 bulk freighters on Nyx's Eye. That's a bold choice. Those are short-range weapons on a long-range map. You can make it work if you play around the middle rock. It's not easy. He's also got a Bloodhound tug and a couple of the... Ooh, we were talking about these in an earlier game. I think the last game. A couple of the double Pavis plus AMM shuttles. They're kind of unkillable, at least with missiles. And even though they can't fight offensively, they're great back cappers and long-range ships, because you can just get on points and there's nothing anybody can do about it unless they fly over there and kill you personally. Dramus has a little wing of MMTs. Plus, oh man, 2 more. No, 1 more Plasma 100 bulk freighter and 1 450 bulk freighter. That's a very well-rounded build. And a pretty well-rounded comp overall for the OSP team. ANS, I'm seeing a lot of voxels. I like that. Homie has got 2 voxels. They're playing kind of apart from each other, actually, which is strange. I'm not sure what's going on there. As well as 2 rail destroyers? They're nearly naked. Yeah, they have almost nothing inside of them. Just a few E-regs. That's a lot of points and ships for a voxel fleet. Very, very empty voxels. Only 4 teams and 2 restores. Few ammo elevators. That's risky business on Nyx's eye. Always got to be afraid of mash drivers. Gamma Railgun bringing a voxel fleet as well. 2 voxels with just a lot of stuff in them. Defenses, locking capability, point defense, interruption, S2s, a pair of support jam sprinters, and then 1 gun sprinter for capping points for good measure. OSP has taken their natural, and ANS has started to take their natural. Herman is, of course, bringing the rail battleship. That's the reason why he wanted to play on this map. He's the one who voted for it, and is currently dumpstering a poor little shuttle with a single DC team. She's jumping his shaft like mad. He's also managed to afford 2 support sprinters with blankets, pinards, logging capability, and a soft kill device. No hard kill on him, though. Mungo Parker is playing the cap fleet for the ANS team. He's got 1 beam destroyer. It's really more of an anti-cap fleet, because these aren't great at capping points themselves, but they're really good at killing shuttles. These police frigates is what they're called, just frigs with guns on them, supported by sprinters with point defense, soft kill. That's kind of it. A little gun. Very vulnerable to larger missile strikes, but pretty effective against the in the capital, preventing opponents from controlling space and grabbing points. It's going to be very effective against the gun shuttles and the defense-only shuttles, but they're going to suffer quite a bit versus the rocket shuttles, assuming the rocket shuttles can get into range. Flying Fools rocking double Axfords. 450s on the front, 250s in the back. Looks like he wants to battle tank. Man, he's also got some wing 120s on these. Man's going for broke on the damage front. Both teams going really heavy on the damage and not super strongly, oh my, on the defenses. It's been a long day. In the meantime, OSP has managed to capture the middle point. They've sacrificed a shuttle for it, but a few shuttles are getting away, at least for now. They managed to grab the lower Bravo point, and they're trying to work the upper Delta point, but I think the ANS is going to grab that and control it. Gamma's there with the voxels, and Mungo Parker supporting with the police frigs. The small group of MMTs are not going to be able to take that. OSP is primarily concentrating its forces around the lower Alpha Bravo side of the map. Going to be able to maybe challenge the Charlie point, but more or less giving up Delta. Can also control their natural from there. It's going to work out pretty well, at least in the short term. They've got 3-2, obviously. And ANS concentrating seems to be the opposite. They've got a lot of ships around Delta. I still don't know why the Oxbow Piggy is playing so far back from the rest of the ANS line. I'm not sure what it's attempting to do from way back here. Seems like it might have been an early misclick. I don't know. It's not burning its main drive to go forward, so that can't be it. It does have a drive, right? Yeah, Raider Whip. Ooh, Raider Whip. Nice. Raider Whip plus jam support is an absolute menace. And that's what they've got, especially if the voxels... If all the voxels stay grouped up with Jammas... With Gamma's jam support... that's going to be a really menacing fleet. They can actually arc over the top of the map, go down in the OSP's natural, and just slowly work their way around the outside of the map, killing everything that they run into. Let's see if that happens. In general, it seems like most of the fighting is going to happen around the lower Alpha Echo side. The monitors are trying to get shape on ANS's backline. ANS doesn't really have that much in the way of backline. They've got a few rail ships, but these Axfords seem to be built for frontline. Let's take a look at the internals. They are pretty light on damage control. They also don't have amazing point defense. They've got a couple stonewalls and defenders, but giving up those wing mounts for the 120s is kind of painful. You can do a lot of damage. You do put yourself at some risk. Dragon Double Whiplash. Okay, that's a frontline build. Couple micro reactors. I just wish these had a little more damage control in them. 8 teams on one, 9 teams on the other, 6 restores on both. They also need to be grouped up a little more. The Arthidane is getting Mass Driver to hell, and the Cardolian is non-supporting. It's really going to hurt the ANS in the long term. Although if this can get back to cover, the extra repair threshold on the Axford will allow it to repair up just fine. ANS making a play for Bravo. Parker's small ships, but he's going to get swarmed by shuttles, tugs, and bulk freighters, which will make very quick work of a sprinter and a frigate. Yeah, just the Grape is tearing this thing to shreds. I might be able to get the cap off, though. Grape's not going to be able to punch out that CIC. Oh no, Torp's coming in! Oh, kills it just in time, about 3 seconds away from finishing off that cap. LSP secures their 3-point lead. The timing on that Torp, man, who fired that? It had to be Quizquiz, yeah, to one of these missile thugs. ANS in a little bit of trouble. They needed to get something done offensively, but they pushed into the extremely well-defended Bravo point. It's costed them one of their precious sprinters. That looks like... What the fuck are these voxels doing? They're going on a Narnia flank around the way far outside the map, which is not what I had in mind when I originally mentioned their possibilities. Flanking just a little too far. I think it's going to take them too long to get over and be useful. Ah, fuck! Did not change the points value to 1500, so this is 1,000 point next Zai. Oh man, I don't think I've ever remembered to do that on this server.
Those voxels look like they're hunting down the mass drivers.
Maybe, but the mass driver's on the other side of the map.
I didn't say they were doing it well. But that's why I'd be out there.
Okay. I mean, that's true. If you swing wide like this, you prevent the mass driver from, like, swooping out and around you.
And you probably are dodging the EWR at that point, too.
Yeah, that is true. But they're getting tracked by Dramus' multi-mission mine tug. Or multi-mission tug, excuse me, group. Not that group's able to do anything. They're just going to eat RBF for their trouble of existing. Yeah, burn and lock. And RBF'd. These tugs are going to get attrited pretty hard. Rockets? Rockets out on Mungo Parker's Beam Destroyer. That's a big problem. This Beam Destroyer is a really important part of the defense for the ANS team. They've only got the one, and it's dead. Okay. 3 rocket shuttles killing 1 Beam Destroyer. That's a good trade. How many more rockets you got on these, Chief? How do I see that, actually? There we go. Yeah, used about 50% of the complement. Not bad at all. Lost 1 shuttle for this push, but really good trade. Very worth it. S2's out on the rail ships. Ooh, Railgun gets knocked out of a restoreless rail destroyer. The Spare Rodeo, which is a great name. Dazed Diner probably going to be next. It looks like the MMTs and the Voxels are doing opposing jobs with one another. The MMTs were going after the rail destroyers. The Voxels were going after the mass driver bulk freighters. But the MMTs are actually succeeding in the job. Voxel's trying to defend desperately, but not able to put down the fire. Really should be switching to HE at this point. At this range versus tugs, you do not need the RBF. Okay, there we go, there we go. One of them switches. Back to that fight in a second. What's going on in the middle of the map? Nothing. Looks like Anus is swooping around to the Echo side to try and double up the voxels in the Axford. The voxels are so far away from anything important. Let's try everything counter battery. Not this one. Ah, there we go. From presumably the rail battleship. We haven't been looking at the rail battleship at all. Wow. Herman absolutely annihilating one of the EWR tugs with a... I don't even know. Barrage doesn't seem to cut it as a phrase. A whole bunch of rail shells. This thing fires so much, so fast. Really overwhelms the DC teams, especially on these lighter scout ships. Yeah, one team, no restores. Like, you shoot it with 2 volleys of this and it's dead. You can just go do something else. It's never going to be able to handle all that. You know, I think the EWR is disabled due to power. The cone is still on screen. I don't know if it's detecting anything. There's nothing in the cone to detect. Okay, there it goes. I think you retasked it and it went off. Black. The voxels are still gunning down the tugs and possibly going after the mass drivers. Mass drivers also wasting their shells at the tug. Ooh, double shot. Pretty neat. It's like Wolf's Monitor Brigade is moving over here. A ton of plasma coming into the Axfords. Yeah, here's what I was saying. You play around that big middle rock, and that short-range weaponry is very effective. Oops, all plasma is a lot of fun on Nyx's Eye because nobody ever expects it. Drop out from behind a rock and instantly shred something's armor off entirely. Axford's not taking a ton of fire just yet. Well, there it is. There's the 100 mil. Radar's down, bottom gun's down, wing guns are down. This thing does not have the damage control to keep up with... Well, I don't think anything has the damage control to keep up with that volume of damage. The whole front end of the thrusters are down as well. Doesn't have any tanky compartments in the nose either, actually, which seems like a mistake. Yeah, neither of them do. Where are all the points on these things going? Battering rams and probably offensive S1s might be expensive. But I can't help but look at these ships and feel like there's 100 points just not accounted for. How much ammo do you have? It's a pretty reasonable amount of ammo. In fact, that's not enough ammo, actually. 51 rounds of 450 AP?
2 mags.
Oh, it was one shot out.
No, but mags eat up a lot of points, the second one.
Uh-huh. That'll do it. Where's the second magazine? There's one.
Pretty sure I saw 2.
Alright, let's turn off everything except the compartments. Large lugger, GPC, berthing, mag, berthing. 2 berthings! That's definitely part of it. Reinforced CIC, large DC lugger. Yeah, it's the 2 berthings.
Alright. 2 of something, I just didn't get the right one.
Yeah. I was looking at the ammo count and I was like, no way, it's 2 magazines. It's not enough. Yeah, two berthings. That'll do it. We'll need to mention that in the interaction report. It's entirely unnecessary.
I don't understand some of the accents.
It's fine.
Wait till you see mine.
Do not look at Puppy's Axfords.
Puppy, what do you have on your Axfords?
Cognito hazard.
I'll find it and post and tag you.
The bulk freighters are pushing out, but they're getting shelled by the voxels, which aren't doing that much. Surprising, considering it's 250 HE in, well, I guess not the broadside, but kind of a weird broadside adjacent angle. Experts are also firing down. Ah, I see, it's only one group. And I think it's the group that's more support focused than DPS focused. Let's take a look at the modules on Gamma's voxels here. Parallax. Yeah, only 3 ammo elevators. Just not going to be dumping out the damage. I think Kamiya maybe be more DPS centric. 4 ammo elevators, it's better. Alright, double drive. When you get the triple voxels with like 6 ammo elevators, it's just absolutely menacing.
Hey, that's grabbing A.
Yes, they are! While the whole OSP team has shifted away from their Bravo Alpha angle to fight over here, the voxels and the Axfords pushing the Echo side of the map.
Good timing.
Herman has managed to sneak the well ramp into Alpha and yoink the point. Now he's leaving. And there's not really anything here that can counter grab it. There is a shuttle that's getting railed to smitheroonies. So it's not going to be going anywhere. It's dead! Died to rails! That's a basic combat information center. Was a sniper sending another one to Charlie, but I think this is the defensive one. Yeah. So the SAPD, if they see it on Charlie, can kill this very quickly. Of course, they don't know it's defensive only, so they're banging away from it. They don't want to get rocketed after what happened to the beam destroyer earlier. In fact, the beam destroyer, I don't know about that being put there. I think that was a really aggressive position.
Bow stern with railguns right now.
What is?
Bulk freighter.
It's pretty beautiful. Just right down the axis.
Ah, here we go. Live footage of Cringe. Destroying the femur of Dorothea. No. Not my femur, I need those.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Wow, look at that damage. They say railguns aren't good against bulk fighters. That's a lot of fire. This thing has 10 damage control teams, but I don't think they can handle this. How is there like a total crit count somewhere? I think there is when you're like, yeah, there is when you've got the normal view, but not the spectator view. It's fine. It's a lot of crits. It's a lot of crits. And there's more stacking up, and the whole command stack's on fire. Oh, really? Alright, let's take a look. Oh, nice, because the fire's still lit. Femur of Dorothea desperately heading to cover. Gonna get one last volley of rails off? No, he's switched targets. Man, I think it reloads so fast with all those E-rigs. Limp Reel has now fallen under the hateful eye of the live footage of Cringe. It's lost a couple of its T-30s. I think that might be to rails. Could be to 250 as well. I don't know, let's look at these holes. It's hard to tell. I think the shockwave is the monitor? Yeah, I think we'll need to pin the names list. Actually, I did pin the names list, so we can use intel. Let's go take a look at the pins. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's take a look at the battleship. How's it doing on ammo? 35%. Yeah, and we're at about the 50% mark of the game. Herman's been going to town with this thing. It's taking no damage. I don't even think it's been shot at. Not by missiles, not by guns. Nothing's gone after it.
No.
It's done devastating work to the shuttles and tugs that it's spotted.
When you just let it do what it does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They haven't
surprised.
challenged it at all.
A shitload of buff modules in one spot, actually pretty good. S2's, I think, gonna punch through this PD. Yeah, damaging the police group. Not too terribly. They survived that. They can survive a few more of those kinds of missile strikes. Pi, not really sure what to do. Oh no, this is Wolf. Right, I'm used to Pi playing the monitor spam. Wolf, not really sure what to do. Getting shelled on one side. It looks like he's going for Alpha, but he's gonna pay for it. 2 monitors have their armor completely blasted off. Not that rails care about that. Look, I've been reading your funny comments in the spectator chat, so you're in my thoughts, Pi. Should make you feel special. And you have been playing monitor blobs quite a bit. Well, not pure monitor and tug, but Herman did a really good job of splitting up his rounds, not continuously firing into one ship until it's dead, but swapping to stack up fires. Oh yeah, these do not have much in the way of damage control teams. 3 teams of monitor. They're going to suffer immensely versus rails. They're losing their drives. 2 to the fires, and just the damage of the rail slugs at this angle. Gonna get the alpha point, no questions there, but it's not gonna be cheap. Of course, OSP is still up by 130 points. So it's not actually the end of the world. If they can get the point and force an early victory, losing the military presence is less painful. What's going on the other side of the map? We've got the bulk freighters engaging the Axford. In fact, one of Flying Fool's Axford has been downed. The other one is completely healthy and is somewhere else entirely, though it does have the armor on its nose. Wow, really the whole front half of the ship just blasted off. There's a little bit left on the starboard side, but not much. The Voxels still trying to get something done on the flank, but mostly getting zoned. They've eaten, looks like 450 fire. Mass drivers, maybe? Let's take a look at these blast points. Yeah, I can't tell. I think that's mass drivers. The P450? No, because it's 250 bulker. Yeah, then it's 250, 100 and plasma over on the side of the battle space. So I think that's mass driver rounds. Not good. Voxels suffer immensely to mass drivers. Well, they suffer more when getting hit nose on. When getting hit from above, it's actually not that bad. Lots of damage on this thing is from flank. Mungo, one of the mass drivers has managed to drift, and its attempt to stay away from the voxels has managed to drift into range of one of the police frigs, and is eating a bunch of 120 fire. And these things have basically no survivability. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plant control centers. Alright, hold on, wait a minute. Why do you have 5? That's too many. Alright. Let's count this up. We got a boosty. We got an energy drive. We got 4 E-rigs. 2 light reactors. A ton of plant control centers. This feels like way too much. I know he's got... Maybe it's because of the grazers? Trying not to be too underpowered? Maybe that's it. All those PCCs are very expensive, although I say that, Rymark has been able to afford 3 gun shuttles and an LRT tug in addition to these 2... What is this, like 1,200 points a piece of mass drivership? Oh, there aren't any AMMs on here, to be fair, and a lot of the points usually goes into there, so I might have just sacrificed those to keep it reasonably priced. ANS has finally managed to kill the gun tug. Has been harassing the Days Diner. Did manage to take out the railgun spinal, though. Oh, man. Very silly match.
They're running out of time, though.
They are indeed. ANS, I think, is winning on the military front. And could make a game of it if it was 1,500 like it's supposed to be, but...
They could still cap 2 points and win now, I think, but they have to move.
They have to move, and the voxel players have been way too passive. Yeah, in fact, Gamma's backing off right now. I don't know where she's going. We gotta stop playing on Nyx's Eye, because I'm just apparently physiologically incapable of switching the points limit to 1,500.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Major Lud immensely displeased at the goings-on of this match. To be fair, a lot of this comes from the player playing extremely well as far as target prioritization goes. Because something I've noticed with the other Rail BB games we've had is that people will just fire at a target and fire at a target and fire at a target until it either dies or stops moving, whereas he's been swapping between targets pretty quickly, just throwing off 3 or 4 volleys, getting it all critted up, and then hopping to a new one. Yeah, that's something else, is a lot of people have been playing, especially when it was 150 points, were playing 3K Rail BBs, and that's not good. It's way too limited in what it provides to the team.
Real BB's out of ammo.
Nah, it's got 3 rounds
That's the second
left.
time this has happened.
It's so silly.
Oh man, S is down to 1 point.
Yeah, and Gamma's now getting caught out. I don't know what the deal was with this retreat. Instead of going around, the smart play would have been to go around the wide side of this rock, have Defilade pop up behind the bulk freighters, and then blast them in the back with HE. But yeah, it's too late now. He's getting caught out. The Rail BB's out of ammo. One of the Axfords is dead. I think even if this goes, at this point, even if it goes to 1,500, all that's left are a handful of voxels, one of which is getting ruined right now, combat-wise, and that can't deal with these ships, not in their current positioning. And the monitors are pretty ruined, to be fair. Really ruined. I don't know.
OSP doesn't have a lot that's healthy.
Yeah, I was looking at, I was like, oh, 3 bulk raiders, that's kind of menacing, but 2 of them are mass driver bulk raiders, and those can't stand and fight for long. I mean, we're already seeing one of the MDLNs is gotten wrecked just by one frigate firing 120 at it for 5 minutes. It's a lot of fire time, but this thing has no restorers, it has very few teams, so you can very, very quickly tear it to shreds. And that's the game. OSP victory.
The enemy secured zone
Close
F.
little game.